When people feel appreciated and connected, they're able to get through even the most uncertain of times. My name is Kate Moyle. I am a relationship and psychosexual therapist. Whether you've been together a week or a year, every relationship is going to face its challenges at this time. People who are together and spending all their time together are craving a bit of independence, a bit of distance, a bit of time for themselves. And the people that are apart are craving exactly the opposite. They want the closeness, they want the physical proximity. Some couples might suddenly find themselves in a long-distance relationship when actually they're used to seeing each other really regularly, every day, every other day, and this might feel like a bit of a shock to the system. And so it's really good to work out how you're going to maintain that sense of intimacy whilst you are apart. Is it that actually you sit and have a video call whilst you're having a meal together, so you're able to kind of feel like you're in the room? Is it that actually you share kind of questions, you send each other photos, you send each other articles? How regularly do you want to speak to each other? Set some ground rules. So just to say, look, we're here, we're kind of adjusting to this new normal, but these are the things that I find important, or these are the things that I like to do in my home. And you both get to put rules in so you're able to manage each other's expectations. It can feel really challenging to keep the spark alive at the moment if we're spending 24/7 with our partners. And actually we know that desire kind of thrives across a bit of distance between people. What I suggest is changing the context. So it might feel really trivial, but just taking your bedding or into a different space, changing the lights, putting some music on, and that shift in context can help you to actually change your headspace, and that will help you to be in a more sexual and intimate headspace. That idea of switching off to turn on. Some of the common pitfalls that we see are miscommunication. If we are apart, that's really easy to happen because we're communicating through virtual things and we don't have that body language. We're less able to read what our partners mean, and actually we don't have the tone of voice and things if we're communicating by text. A really simple way of changing the way that you talk to each other is using I statements. So I feel. These are my feelings. I'm taking ownership of how I'm feeling. I'm not blaming you or attacking you or criticizing. And what this does is it opens up the communication between you, because if we are feeling blamed, the first thing we're going to do is feel defensive, and that's going to change the way that the communication goes on from there. Try not to over-criticize, just say, actually, could we try to do this differently? The other thing is to assume that your partner's doing their best. If we get a bit stuck and if we get a bit in a cycle of misunderstanding each other, we assume that our partner is trying to irritate us or not listening deliberately, and actually that so often isn't the case. A really common behaviour in couples is this thing called mind reading, where we think that we know what our partner is thinking, so we actually don't check it out with them. So we make a decision based on what we think is going on in their head rather than what they're actually saying. And what this can lead to is misunderstanding each other. Try not to assume that you know what your partner's thinking. Ask them questions like, did I hear that right? Have I got that correct? Could I just check that out with you? All relationships take work, and actually at the moment even more so, because what we're dealing with is a period of unpredictability. So what's really important is that you communicate with each other clearly, whether you are together or apart, working out a new way of being and helping each other to feel secure and safe in the relationship, and giving each other your quality time and attention.